Welcome to your energy update with the angels. I'm Devon Duerr, angel intuitive and spiritual teacher. The overall energy right now is asking you to pause and wait for the right time to act. Are your emotions in balance? Are your plans balanced with your energy and where you're going to be focused? So let's dive deeper into this guidance. But first, I want to ask you if you would go ahead and write in the comments below an affirmation to activate this guidance. I always say a prayer protection, asking that I only connect with God's highest vibrational beings, and these messages be meant for you at the time you come across them. And we can really help activate that guidance. So if you feel called to, let's affirm it right now. I easily focus on balancing my emotions. Let's put that in the comments below, because as you open up to the guidance, this is going to allow you to understand where you might have a need to add more balance. You might need to wait to act for the right time. And we're about to dive deeper into that. So I'll say that custom affirmation for you one more time. I easily focus on balancing my emotions. And just a quick reminder, if you're new here to my channel, I do customize these affirmations based on the guidance I am getting to help you really activate it. And remember that because this is a general message, if something doesn't resonate, leave it behind, or feel free to come back and listen to it again a week from now, or a month from now, or a year from now. It doesn't really matter, because hindsight is one of the most powerful tools for deepening your trust and your connection with the angels. And I'm always going to encourage you to write down anything you get, grab that journal, and let's open up to some more guidance from the angels. So as I said, the overall energy right now is asking you to wait for the right time to act. And a lot of times this is something as simple as you need to bring something up to a spouse, a partner, a boss that could cause a little challenging conversation. So you're waiting for the right time to act where you are in a balanced state. Maybe you're not overly excited or you're not overly upset. Maybe you're also looking to see how they're feeling and what they're going through. And when you're approaching these people to have these conversations, you're saying, hey, is now a good time to chat? And if they're saying, well, actually, I'm really busy or I'm really upset about this, then maybe you're waiting. You're saying, okay, well, is there a time we could talk later? Let's talk tomorrow. But check in with your intuition. You'll know what that is. This could also be one of those opportunities where, you've been putting off doing something, and then this opportunity comes in front of you and you're like, oh, I don't know. I have all these other things I have to do. But the opportunity is right, and they're saying it's the perfect time to act. So you will know what that is for you. But first, the angels want to address, they see the way that you felt challenged by how everything is moving so quickly, and that there is a need to review all their options and find creative solutions. So that's why, again, they're asking you to bring balance to what is going on for you and wait for the right time. So this is that perfect moment where it's good to say, hey, I really like this option. I really like these ideas you're bringing to me. I like this invitation you're offering me, but I need to sleep on it. I really need to slow the energy down and bring balance to my emotions, to my physical body, to my mental body, and my spiritual body. Taking that time to connect to your spiritual team to really check in with your intuition. Now, one of the things that you might not be aware of that is really necessary right now for you to understand what the best time to act is for you is to buckle down and get some things done that you've been putting off on. Honor the commitments you've made to yourself, honor the commitments you've made to your loved ones, to your goals and projects, and trust that you have your spiritual team here to help you and guard your time, guard your energy. So, do you need to ask your angels for more help? It sounds so simple, but often we forget that our spiritual team is here waiting for us to ask for their help. We do have to do that. It's the law of free will. We have to open up to the guidance. We have to remain aware of where they are guiding us and what they're letting us know. So have you been procrastinating on getting some information, on checking off a to-do list, on making a phone call? Get those things done, because this is going to show you where maybe something you were about to do is not the right time. Maybe investing in a certain resource is not the right time. Or is it time for you to take action on that project? And they do see the way recently you've had to really pause and work through some sadness. So what is that for you recently, where You've really needed to offer forgiveness to somebody or towards yourself. Maybe you've gone through something that really needed the time to heal. You've gone through this grieving process over some type of ending. Maybe you did lose someone in your life, you lost a job, or you've just realized, like, I've been doing all this grieving because of something that happened in my past. And now I feel like I've done what I needed to do to heal myself and I'm ready to keep going, but I don't really know what to act on next. Well, don't worry, the angels have more guidance for you because they're saying at the time you are hearing these messages, there is news coming to you of new opportunities, new creative projects, new relationships. So remain authentic, be original. Let everyone see how genuine you are with your energy. And this is going to attract these new opportunities. You may even be getting some news today or within the next month or so that's really helping you get your creative juices flowing, and you can feel confident in accepting these new opportunities because you are being authentic, because you are really empowering yourself by showing others, look, I'm a team player. I came here to do this the way that it's meant to be done from my heart. Coming up very soon, you might find that there are people coming into your life that are saying things that are bringing challenging information that are causing you have to change your plans. This could be somebody younger. This could be somebody who's just impulsive. They have kind of a young energy. Maybe it's a curious energy. It could also be somebody who just says things in a kind of a tactless way, and it's a little off-putting. So where in your life do you have people that tend to do that? Or you might just notice a lot of information coming in that you're going, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Or now that I know that this person wants this to happen, I need to change my plans, and it's kind of ruffles your feathers a little bit. Well, they're asking you to be aware that you're getting this heads up about this, okay? It could be a kid calling you up saying, hey, Mom, I'm coming home for the weekend. What's for dinner? And you're going, wait a minute, I was going to a yoga retreat, Or it could be something else with a boss or a spouse where they're having to change things. So keep an eye out for that energy and see if you can respond instead of react. That's always the guidance from the angels here, is when something comes in a sudden way or in a tactless way, that we're trying to respond, not react, especially if it is involving children, somebody younger, somebody who just doesn't really know how to deliver this information in a way that keeps emotions in balance. It could be that these people bringing this information are also on their own needing to balance their emotions, ground their energy, and they're saying like, come on, let's sign up for this, vacation right now. And you're going, wait a minute, I got to look at my calendar. I got to look at what I have going on. What are my commitments? Because remember, they did have that guidance to honor your commitments, buckle down, get things done so that you're free to do these things. When this new, amazing new news comes in, you're like, you know what? I've been organized. I've been getting these things done. I actually can make time and space to attend that event or be part of that group. Now, one of the ways that you're going to get a lot of personal power here is to show others the way you look for the silver lining in things. You are willing to say, you know what? That happened, that was painful, but I learned this. So going forward, you're going to be setting that example to others and saying, this didn't really go the way I wanted, but I'm not going to sit here and cry over something that I can't change. It's in the past. There's nothing I can do it. I can't undo it, but I can see what I learned. And I can also set example to others about what I've learned. So it could be that you're setting this example to this younger energy coming in. It's not always necessarily a younger person. It could be just somebody who acts very young, a little immature. Maybe they're just inexperienced. They're not immature in their personality, but they're inexperienced, and you're having to pause and teach them some things. But what's going to be really important when you see this energy coming in is to encourage them to spend time alone in their own self-discovery. Maybe lead by example by showing them, hey, you know what? I didn't like it when I went through this painful breakup, or I didn't like it when I suddenly lost my job. But here are the opportunities that came my way because of that. So you reflecting on the past and sharing how you saw the silver lining in something is going to encourage these other people around you who need your guidance to say, oh, wow, I need to take some time alone. I need to do some journaling. I need to understand why this challenge happened to me and how I can use it to propel me forward instead of sitting in the corner crying over it for years and years and years and never taking action. Because again, they did say a lot of us have had to do that. It's important to take time to cry, to get the emotions out, to heal. So it's not a negative thing to do it, but you also don't want it to be something that's holding you in a frozen state. And that's actually what I'm seeing is there are people listening to this video, or there are people in your life, those listening, who are kind of in a frozen state, and it's time to move on. The way that you're going to bring an end to this phase or this difficult situation is really focusing on the spiritual transformation you've been undergoing for the past 10 years, actually more than 10 years, like 12 years. We've been going through this spiritual transformation, and that might also be where you could look back, find the silver lining, and say, you know what, I've really outgrown a lot of the partnerships that I had 10, 12, 15 years ago, and it's time to move on. And I'm feeling stuck in these relationships, these friendships, whatever they are. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a way of viewing life, your relationship to your daily routine, and you're going, I'm ready to do something more meaningful. I'm ready to step into the spiritual growth and emotional growth that I've been working on and use it to propel me forward, use it to help me move away from a time of sadness and really find that love of life. So let's check in with another affirmation here that's going to really help you activate this guidance with your personal power. I easily see the positive in all situations. Okay, so I encourage you to write that down below. Affirm this custom affirmation for your personal power. I easily see the positive in all situations. Now remember, you don't have to actually be able to do that in the moment. We are trying to open up the pathway to that, create those neural pathways. We are retraining our brain from saying, oh man, this happened to me. Now I'm afraid to move on. I don't want to try dating again because my heart's been broken too many times. I don't want to try going for that promotion at work because I keep getting knocked down. And instead saying, you know what? I easily see the positive in all those situations. I outgrew that ex of mine. We wouldn't work together now. I needed more time to learn new skills. So now I'm ready for the promotion. These are the kind of things that are going to help you activate that guidance by looking back and saying, okay, this gave me time and space to do these things. I wouldn't have had these opportunities if I hadn't gone through that challenge. And it's okay to go back and hug yourself too. So what they're showing me is there might be something you need to go back and revisit from your past that you're still feeling pain over, and visualize yourself hugging yourself and telling yourself it's going to be okay. Everything is okay. You are on the right path. And I have done this for myself many, many times. I will find that maybe I have a dream that reminds me of something from my past, and I wake up sad and I go, oh, you know what? I still have more healing to do there. I will sit in meditation and in visualization and picture myself, my future self, it's actually my present self, right? Myself now going back in time and hugging me and saying, everything is okay. Everything's going to be okay. This is just a phase. And that's that saying they always want to remind us of, that this too shall pass, okay? So if there is something that you're still struggling with, it will pass. And if you can work on continuing to use that spiritual transformation, that emotional growth to heal yourself, everything will open up, and this positive, exciting news and opportunity that's coming in for you will be so much more obvious. So it might be that the reason you're having to pause, make changes to plans, reevaluate the right time to act, is because there's still something that needs healing. I think of a time when, which by the way, thank you so much to my subscribers. I'm so grateful you're here. I love it when you comment below and let me know if you have questions or if something I've shared with you has helped. And I know sometimes you'll say, well, I like it when you share your experiences because it resonates with me and it reminds me of an experience I had to affirm that I'm getting this guidance. And so that is why sometimes I'll share stories with you that aren't really that profound. Like you may have seen on my channel, I have the story of when I saw angels when I was 19. If you haven't seen it, if you're new here, thank you for being here. If this video or these messages resonate with you, I'd appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. But if you haven't seen that video, I encourage you to. But it was a profound experience I had when I was 19 where I saw angels. However, it took me years to understand that the guidance and angels were always with me. I didn't need to wait around for this big, huge experience to be divinely guided. And I had to begin opening up and being aware of the way I was being guided. So this is why I'll share little stories with you. And sometimes it is something as simple as I'll have a dream of somebody I had a class with in high school that I haven't thought of or spoken to or seen in years. But when I think of this person, I'm instantly transported to a time where I was embarrassed or I felt silly. And I realize, oh, wow, I still feel sad about that. I still feel insecure. And then I'll sit down and journal about it. And that's where I'll picture myself either responding differently at that point in time, like visualize recreating the past, or just letting myself know, you know what, I was being silly and vulnerable there. And that allowed me to grow. It taught me not to do that in the future. It taught me to see where I was being authentic and where I was not. So that is another way that we can look for the silver lining, find the positive in situation, is by going back and going, what still needs to be healed there, but also how did it teach me going forward? And sometimes it taught you to be closed off. And what you're learning through this spiritual and emotional growth is I need to open back up again. I need to be willing to be vulnerable. I need to be willing to allow romance in my life again. I need to be willing to find luxury in the small things instead of waiting around until one day when I have this amount of dollars in my bank account, then I can feel the love of life. They want you doing that right now. So one more custom affirmation to help you activate this guidance and to help you affirm that this good news is coming for you, even if it seems a little challenging or a little impulsive at first. The affirmation is, I am highly intuitive. Now, we've used this one before, but it is such a powerful one because we have to remember we're on a lot of levels, we as a collective are undoing a lot of the social conditioning that shut down our intuitive abilities. You are here because you are intuitive. You have natural born intuitive abilities. You are also a light worker. Even if it's not something you do professionally or you have yet to acknowledge, you are a light worker. And you are doing that through moving through your day in an intuitive way. When you work on yourself, you work on your spiritual growth, your emotional growth, and you bring balance to those things. That's being a light worker. So I hear that from people all the time. Well, I'm not a light worker. I'm a school teacher. I'm not a light worker. I'm a construction worker. Oh, yes, you are. When you are intentionally sharing your light and tapping into your intuition before making decisions, you're responding, not reacting, you're working on yourself, that's a light worker. So I'm so grateful you are here doing this work. So if you'd like to put in the comments below, I am highly intuitive, that will really help you remember to check in, create those neural pathways that, you know what, all the answers are available to you right now if you will pause and wait for the right time to act, as they said at the very beginning of these messages. So I am so grateful you are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.